Just when America has reached a breaking point with division, visionary influencer Danni Benson's I'm Proud of You Sis bro movement taps into the pulse and heartbeat of a culture radically torn. But this loving mom's voice of reason and calm has received national recognition.
How'd you balance having your children and always traveling with the Yankee organization?
When I became a dad, I said that I would always love like a mother.
I feel like I have to hide certain things or act a different way because I know some people or some kids feel like they have to.
As part of the Chapters Network, Benson brings a weekly show aired worldwide on YouTube and Facebook, and her message is creating positive change. That's Wednesday at 6 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Hey everyone, happy hump day. It's Wednesday. I am Danni Benson of I'm Proud of You Sis. Wearing red today for, guess what, Valentine's Day. It is next Monday. How's everyone doing today? Getting ready for the Super Bowl. I'm super excited. LA Rams versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going for the LA Rams. I'm such a football fanatic. And it's so weird for football to be starting. So football is like 2 weeks usually before, but I guess they added an extra game. So now it coincides with Valentine's Day because Super Bowl is on the 13th and Valentine's Day is on the 14th. So it's like so interesting how it's so late in the season and we're talking about the Super Bowl. But I don't know what team you guys are rooting for, but I'm looking forward to the commercials because I love the commercials. So how is everyone doing today? Tell me. I don't know. The pandemic might be a little bit over. I mean, it's always going to be here with us, but hey, they're starting to let, the mask off in, the Northeast. So we have New Jersey who's saying by March 1st, kids don't have to wear masks in school. We have Governor Hochul today announcing that the businesses, as of tomorrow, there's no more mask mandate. Also, Connecticut jumped on the bad bandwagon, and also Maryland, California. So I am so excited because I am so done with this pandemic. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm ready to see everyone's pretty face, pretty smile, and I'm ready to get like close to people again and not be so freaked out about the pandemic. And I'm ready for my kids to actually get their life back so they can have fun again and go to parties again, and hopefully in New York not wear a mask again, because I'm getting to that point now where the kids are getting older. This is 2 years of their life and this is like their prime. My babies are 8 and I want them to like really enjoy, elementary school because it gets harder. So, but I have an amazing guest that I can't wait to give her flowers to. Her name is I love this girl so much. She's actually in LA. She's 3 hours behind, but I'm so happy she's here with us. Her name is Dianna Rochelle Johnson. She's a writer. She's a comedian. She's a mom of like college kids. So at least she didn't have to go through this, stay at home pandemic thing with like the babies I had, because so many like moms who had kids my age was going crazy for the last 2 years. But I'm so happy because she's from Texas and she's here on I'm Proud of You Sis. I've known her forever and she's here to give me some gems and give us some gems too. So everyone, welcome Dianna Rochelle to I'm Proud of You Sis. Hi, Dianna.
Hi.
How are you?
Happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here. Take this glasses off so I can see. But I am super excited to be here today with you. I love you so much.
I love you more.
I'm so proud of everything that you're doing. I'm proud of you, sis. Like, I'm really, really proud of you.
I'm proud of you too, sis, because, it's Black History Month. Mm-hmm. And I think each and every person has a story to tell. Mm-hmm. And I'm so excited to hear your story because I want you to inspire. You're like such an inspiration and your story is such an inspiration. And I want the world to know who you are, because we are so sometimes focused on like celebrities, like well-known people, and there's so many people who are doing so much amazing things to make this world go round and make it a better place, but we don't get to hear their names. So I'm so happy to have Dianna Rochelle on the show. She is a writer. She has 2 shows coming up. She has a book called F and Fairy Tales. So just imagine what the F means, because I can't say the F because they might bleep me out. But I kind of like that name. It has a catchy name, and hopefully you're gonna make some shirts, because
Oh yeah.
I grew up on fairy tales, and it's Valentine's Day, and I realized that life is really not a fairy tale. It's really hard, and I don't know. Tell me your take on effing fairy tales, because I can't wait to read this book.
Well, people that don't know me, that have been following me for a long time, kind of think that, you know, I've had this really, really good life because they see me in these pictures with these people. Girl, that is not even the truth. They are just pictures. There's a story behind every smile that I have. There's heartbreak, there's trauma, there's failures, there's more failures, and then there's failures on top of those failures that I talk about in my book, Effery and Fairy Tales. And I'll be 50 in July. So I just kind of wanted to put my own story out there and spin my own narrative, because I'm getting more out on the scene, if you will, as far as my stand-up comedy, as far as my work as a writer and a producer here in Hollywood. And I want to tell my own story. You know what I mean? I want to put my own story, good or bad. I'm gonna put my own story out there. So that's what the book is about. Just really an in-depth look at who I am, where I came from, and just how I really got here to I'm Proud of You, Sis.
Oh, and it's an honor to have you here, Miss Rochelle. And you are so right. We go through so much trauma. Even when I'm on this show and I'm smiling and I'm so like, yay! People don't understand that, you know, we're all human. We all are going through something, right? Not every single day, but you know, life happens to each and every one of us, even the rich and famous. And some people know how to hide it better than others. And sometimes you kind of hide it to protect yourself and to protect your, you know, just your space, right? But also it's sometimes good to let the world know what really goes down, because other people will be inspired to see how you're still a bright light after everything that you've been through, which will inspire those people to like push on, carry on. Like, if she can do it, I can do it too. So it's good to come out with these stories of like real life scenarios, because sometimes when you paint it so pretty, like a fairy tale, then you look at your life and say, okay, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Until you realize that no one really has a fairy tale life.
Not even the people that were born into a really fortunate life. They don't have a fairy tale either. So
they don't. Because you want to know something about life? It doesn't matter if you were born in a fortunate situation.
It doesn't.
Life is still going to happen to you.
It is. And one thing that I have mastered and that I know to be true is my faith and my walk in God. Things are still going to happen. Trials, tribulations, failures, whatever, it's still going to happen. And back in the day, you know how people used to say, like your elders would say, he won't put more on you than you can bear.
Yes.
And that I've learned that's if you're walking in Christ. You know what I mean? It's if you're walking in the word, because a lot of the stuff that happens to us, we bring it on ourselves. So the things
you
that happen
you really
to me,
believe that? You think because of the choices that we make?
The choices that we make, we literally, and I'm just speaking for myself, But I've seen it so many times. Like, we literally know that this is not a good situation, but we get in and think we can change something, or we can, and God was like, I already showed you that wasn't it. But you took that route anyway, so that's on you.
And you know what I always say? God gives you free will.
He does.
But you don't get to choose your consequences.
Thank you. You do not. You do not. So
can you imagine anyone choosing their consequences? Okay, I'm going to do this. That's A. And then B, I'm going to choose this as a consequence. You don't get to choose your consequences.
You do not. You do not. You do not.
So you could be doing something and go against your instincts, your gut, what God is telling you. And God is like, go ahead, go be free. But just understand this. If you don't follow your gut, sometimes it leads you to a ditch.
It does. I've been in that ditch a few times.
I've been in that ditch. There's been red flags that I'm like, no, it's not gonna happen to me. It's not gonna happen to me.
Because I'm a good person.
And then life goes, what makes you special? What makes you different from anybody else? So you get humbled really quickly. Life humbles you very quickly.
Oh, yes, most definitely. I'm so humble now, baby. I'm the humblest of the humblest. I'm the most humblest person you ever know. Because of my own personal, experiences and dealing with just making a career, raising kids, and still trying to maintain my own mental peace. And it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. But I kick my hat off. I raise my hat and tip my crown to every woman everywhere who is a mother, who is a single parent, just having the things that we deal with on a daily basis, like the things that go on with our bodies. I give praise to every single woman on earth,
And that's why I'm so proud of you, sis. That's why I'm giving you your flowers.
I want a shirt. I gotta give me a shirt.
Oh, girl, I will send you a shirt. But I'm really proud of you, and I'm proud of every woman out there, because I don't need to know you to know your journey. I'm a woman. You're a woman. I don't need to know your story. I don't need to judge your story. It's not even my place, because people have to make decisions for themselves that best fits themselves. But I'm here to support you. I'm here to pour love into you. I'm here to give you your flowers. I'm here to uplift you. I mean, that's what I want for all women to do for each other. Instead of being like, judgmental and being mean or being competitive. It's hard being a woman in this world, because especially a mom, you don't take a day off being a mom. You don't take a day off being a parent. You don't. And then you got to juggle your career, your life. And then you have to pour love into yourself. And it's a constant doing something 24/7. So I commend, every woman out there, that is still fighting the fight. And for women who are going to give up, I'm going to tell them right now, don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't.
I know you're tired.
Can't give up now.
I know you're tired. I know you feel hopeless. I know you feel so overwhelmed. I know you're full of anxiety, depression, because you feel such a load on your back and you don't know when you're going to feel free again. But I'm going to tell you right now, don't give up. Yeah. It gets better.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I made one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, and that was to just pick up and move to Hollywood, California. And it really is the best decision I've ever made in my life. It really, really is. Before I got here, I was really struggling in every aspect of my life, with my peace, with my health, with my finances, with I was just struggling. My whole life, my whole being was a struggle before I made the leap. And God had been telling me to go, and I wasn't listening. I was doing my own thing, getting in, just whatever. And girl, the day I jumped that broom, my life has been the most peaceful it has been in probably 10, 15 years, the most fruitful that it has been probably in that amount of time. I've just been just abundantly blessed with just favor. And I'm so grateful. I am. I'm really living my very best life right now. I
I
really
am
am.
so happy for you. So you are a writer, a
Mhm.
comedian, you have a book coming out, and you are producing your series. So tell me how it all fits in you moving to Hollywood, because I know Hollywood is just the place of just movies and entertainment. So I know when you found peace, you probably found peace because this was always your calling and you were stopping it.
Mhm. Yeah, I've been a writer all my life. I've been a writer all of my life from a young child. I was adopted by a retired school teacher, and so she taught me to channel my anger into writing. So I've been a writer all my life.
Wow.
And we would sit and watch the shows that came on, like Channel 11, which was CBS back then. That's how old I am. Channel 11 used to be CBS. I mean, Channel 4 used to be CBS.
Really?
Channel
I
4
didn't even
used to
know
be
that.
CBS. It did. And we used to watch Young and the Restless, Price is Right. And I would just be so like, oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. And anything that was going on in California, I was so like, oh, the palm trees, oh, the beach, and she used to take me to Long Beach on the Queen Mary when I was like 2, 3, or 4. Well, 2, 3, and 4, because her family is from California. And so
So
I was
let
coming
me
to
ask you a
California
question. What age
on
were
the,
you adopted?
she got me when I was 9 months. She
Really?
got me when I was 9 months. So my mother had me when she was young, and then I guess she had got pregnant with my little brother, and his father didn't want me because I wasn't his child. So she ended up raising me. Oh yes,
Really?
girl, it's crazy.
Oh my
it's,
God.
it's in the book. It's in the book. You gotta get the book.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, life happens to all of us.
It does. And so I'm thankful to her because had it not been for her, I don't think that I would have the talent that I have now as a writer. You know what I mean? She literally taught me everything she could about just, stories. So instead of getting a whooping when I was little, I would have to write about it. And I would have to write about why I did it, what my consequences should be, or why I shouldn't get a whooping. Like I had to everything I did with her, I had to write it was a writing situation.
You know what's amazing about your story? I've learned that when you have young children, it's up to us to notice their talents, and then you feed that seed.
Mhm.
So even though she was telling you to write, she probably saw this talent in you. So she was trying to make whatever you did negative to turn it into a positive and have you write about it.
You know what it was? I could lie good and make up stories of why I didn't do something or why I was late for coming home from school. I would make up these elaborate stories, and she was like,
You had an imagination. You had a
"Oh
great
God, yes,
imagination.
girl." One time, dragons chased me home. I don't know. I was late getting home because you gotta be home before the street light come on when I was coming up. And why are you? What? She was mad because I was late getting home, and I was like, dragons was chasing me, and I was trying to. Oh, girl, I talk all kind of shit. I mean, all kind of stuff. Sorry. And she was just like, you know what? We're gonna do something with this because either I'm gonna choke you to death. So she just got me to put all that energy and all those ideas into stories. So before I could, like on summer break, before I could start my summer break while everybody else was playing, I had to read some books, do book reports on what I read, what I learned from the reading. And so I did that to my kids too, because that's just what I knew. So that's why my kids are so smart, because I made them read before they could do anything else. You had to read and tell me about what you read, so I know that you read it and understood what you were reading. So yeah, all my kids are college educated individuals. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees between 3 kids. My eldest child is a minister. She has a master's in education. She teaches, well, she was a teacher. She just moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. We're just kind of seeing where God is leading her in that situation. And then the other 2 are in Texas, and they're doing very well for themselves. So,
and that's why reading and education is how you succeed in this country. The more you read books, the more it's just, education is key, because if you can learn anything, then you can be anything.
That's right.
And I want to give a shout out to parents who are foster moms, who adopt, children. You have an amazing heart, a huge heart. There's so many children out there that are in homes that, yes, it's not your biological, parent, but at least they are helping to nurture these children, because it's so important. Every child needs to know that they are loved. Every child needs to know that they are cared for. So I want to shout out every parent who has a child who's adopted, who is going to have a child adopted, or who's in foster care, because you are the lifeline to that child.
You are, and you are so correct. You're so correct. I'm just grateful, Danni, that I'm just here and I'm mentally healthy. You know what I mean? Because I've been through so much. I feel like that would have just broke the average person. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I'm
because
just thankful.
it made you feel like you were not wanted.
Oh yeah, well, so many times, and because of those feelings, I made bad choices in men. Just
Well, you
it's
made
crazy.
bad choices with men because you were trying to fill that empty space, that empty gap, that you felt unwanted by your biological, parents. So any guy who who made you feel special, fill that need, you gravitated to, whether they were a good guy or a bad guy, because you just wanted to fill that space of pain.
Yeah, I didn't even know that then, though. I didn't even figure that part out until later on in life. I was like, oh, when a minister had brought it to my attention, when I told somebody else, my story of where I come from, and it was like a lot of your decisions were dependent upon that empty space that you had. And I even realized I ain't thought about that at all. But until I literally forgave her, that's when my life really started moving forward in a more healthier direction. I didn't know I was harboring anger and hurt towards her for so long. But and when I finally forgave her, I forgave her for me, not for her. And that helped me move forward and making better choices in what I do, my circle of my friends, my partners. That's when my journey started at freedom, of me being free, like mentally, spiritually, emotionally.
And you know what? That's why I'm writing a book. It's called Dr. Feelings, because I really 100% agree that it's just like we run to the doctor when you have children, and you run to the doctor and they break their arm. You should run to the doctor when your child's heart is broken. And that's a therapist. My children were 5 years old, and I was like, wow, if I'm in pain because of a circumstance that happened to me, and they're sitting there laughing and smiling, they're probably in pain too, but they don't know the words to express it. So I didn't want my babies to carry this emotional baggage through their whole life, because that emotional baggage, like you said, would make them do decisions that they don't understand why they're making those decisions. So that's why I believe in, going to therapy as early as possible. Or when there's a trauma that you might not understand, or they're 5, they're 6, but this is where our childhood traumas come from. And this is the childhood trauma, if it's not dealt with at that time, will shape that person for the rest of their life. Because what happened with you was you ended up carrying all these emotional baggages on your bag because you didn't have that place to just let those bags go.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. It was difficult, but I got through it. I got through
And
it,
that's why I'm so
and I
proud
came
of you,
out on top.
sis.
I came out on top, and I'm so grateful. I am.
And
I'm
look
so
at you
grateful.
now. You're an amazing writer. You have so much going on for you in 2022.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, I just started doing stand up, which is what I've been wanting to do that for so long. And about a month ago, I had a dream that I was standing on stage in front of thousands of people telling jokes. So I got up that Monday morning and I found the mic, an open mic night, and it just took off from there. So I did my third show already. Yeah,
Yay!
yeah, yeah. So I'm about to be booked to open up for some big, larger comedians, as just an opening act. But I'm super excited about that. Like, God can give you a dream so big, more than anything that you can imagine for yourself. But you gotta do the work. And I've been doing the work. I've been writing the jokes. I've been writing the funny movies. So my comedy comes natural. And I get up on stage and talk about, I make fun of my life. That's what I do. I get on stage and make fun of my life, and it's funny. It's hilarious.
You know what? You have such a beautiful smile, and I'm happy when you're making fun of your life, you're helping someone else push through theirs.
Oh yeah, I truly believe that. I truly believe that because no matter what you've done or no matter where you've been or how bad you think things have gotten or how bad things are, if you are still living, there is an opportunity for you to change your situation. You just got to put in the work. You have to believe in yourself and whatever higher power that you believe in, work with that and just focus on you. Sometimes you have to put the focus on you. You have to choose you sometimes over anything and everyone. You have to choose yourself. You do. And I woke up one day and it was me. I was choosing me. After the kids were out of school and good and flourishing on their own, I chose me from then on. I did. I chose myself.
Well, and that's why, what's, choosing you is the best thing that you can do for yourself, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. But I want to say, Dianna, thank you so much for coming on. I'm proud of you, sis.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you. And
having me.
you're gonna come back again because you
I
have so
am.
much to
Oh,
tell,
most
especially
definitely.
when your book comes out. But
July the
everyone,
29th,
thank you for
it'll be
joining. I'm
out.
proud of you, sis. And I will
Thank
see everyone
you.
next week. Have a great Super Bowl weekend, Valentine's weekend, Galentine weekend, Self Love Day weekend. Bye.
Love
See you
you.
later. Bye.